The Atlanta Braves look very different since the last time they crossed paths with the Phillies last September. Big names were sent packing and some new faces have appeared in the lineup. But the familiar faces still hanging around aren't ready to throw in the towel on the season just yet. In case you have been stuck inside all day long here in Philadelphia, you might not have realized it's quite chilly. But it has not deterred the fans from coming out to the yard tonight, all bundled up for Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Phils and the Atlanta Braves. Hi, everybody. Tom McCarthy along with Matt Stairs. We get set to see the Atlanta Braves for the first time, but it'll be the first time here at home, and then we'll see them next week on the road trip down in Atlanta. They are a much different team, just like the Phillies are from 2014. You take a look at the moves they've made. I mean, there's some guys that aren't even on this list that are now with the Atlanta Braves that weren't here last year.
Well, and it's amazing with Craig Kimbrell. He gets traded before the season opens, the day before, goes to San Diego. To me, I thought it was a very good trade. They get rid of a guy who is a tremendous closer, but if they're not planning on winning this year or the next year, go ahead and trade him to San Diego, bring in some big prospects. Nick Markakis is a very good ball player as well. Once they let Hayward go, they brought him in from the Baltimore Orioles, signed a 4-year deal for $44 million. All he does is hit. He's a very good outfielder as well. A lot of people talk about his line drive swing. It's very short, very compact, a very good sign-up for the Atlanta Braves.
And the big thing is if he can stay healthy, he can produce not only defensively, because he's a very good defender, but also produce offensively. All right, well, tonight, former Atlanta Brave, Aaron Harang, who was one of those guys that went somewhere else. He came here to Philadelphia. Will make the start for the Phils.
Well, you see the numbers he had last year with the Atlanta Braves. 12-12 for 3.57 ERA, 204 innings. Outstanding, 33 starts. He just gives you quality start after quality start. He's a guy that you know he's going to go out and he's going to pound the strike zone. His last start versus the Nats, very good control. When you need to throw the high fastball, he did with 2 strikes. Very good curveball. He kept the hitters off balance all day long. He's a guy that if you sit on his curveball, he'll have a sneaky fastball at 92 coming inside. Just tremendous signing this year for the Phillies, and hopefully he keeps it going.
And you mentioned quality starts. He has 7 consecutive quality starts, which is a big number in baseball right now. Some people don't like that statistic, but he has 7 consecutive quality starts dating back to last year. He'll be opposed tonight by left-hander Alex Wood. Each of these guys getting set to make their 4th start of the season. When we return, lineups and first pitch from Philadelphia. Phillies. Here in 2015, the big rivals. Braves are coming in with an 8-7 record. They were 5-0 to start the year, but 3-7 since. So they're facing their old teammate Aaron Harang, who had a solid season for them last year. Aaron has been the Phillies' most consistent starting pitcher so far. And he's ready to go, leading his team out onto the field for his start. Take a look at the Braves starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Well, it's a lineup that is much different, as we said, than last year. Eric Young will lead it off in left field. Alberto Callaspo, the second baseman, bats second. Nick Markakis is in right field hitting third. Freddie Freeman bats cleanup. A.J. Pierzynski, the catcher, will bat fifth. Chris Johnson sixth. Andrelton Simmons, the shortstop, bats seventh. Cameron Maybin will bat eighth. And batting ninth and pitching is Alex Wood. And they will face Aaron Harang, who is 2-1 on the year and earned run average under 2 so far in 2015. 15 strikeouts in 18 1/3 innings. And I think, Matt, one of the things that you've talked about with Aaron Harang is that he's been able to set up his curveball for strikeouts. He's really been around the plate with everything he's thrown so far this year.
He really has. Very impressed the way he's been throwing his fastballs inside and outside to lefties and righties. And you can see the Budweiser scouting report. 90 to 94 mile-an-hour fastball, slider change, curve cutter, 2-3 with a 4.21 ERA versus the Braves. But what I really like about it is he's not afraid to pitch inside. He'll move people's feet, which sets up that slider versus right-handers and that big curveball versus left-handers.
Well, he's going to blow out his hand to try to stay warm because it is a chilly night, as we said here in Philadelphia. And the breeze, it certainly doesn't help. But it's April baseball in the Northeast. Eric Young will lead things off. Young hitting a .190 with no homers and 3 runs batted in. Somebody forgot to tell Terry Pendleton that the game was getting underway. There he is. Man's a former MVP. He could be a little tardy if he wants to. Looks like he's a little scared, too. He's all the way outside the first base coach's box. And the first pitch of the night. Take it up high. We're underway. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Eric Young had a very good spring. He had 25 hits in 24 spring games, which is why he made the club and is one of their everyday outfielders. But he's hitting under 200 so far. Inside, 3-0. Matt, he's not the strike thrower that we were talking about in the open right now.
No, he's not.
He'll find it. And there you go. First strike of the night. 3 balls and 1 strike. Last year, Harang was a .500 pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. This past offseason, signed a 1-year deal for $5 million with the Phils. Yeah, the way the Braves are, you wonder why they didn't re-sign him just to have some stability in that rotation. But it's good news for the Phils. They have him every 5th day.
And it's interesting because they bring in some veteran players to help the younger guys along. Well, Aaron Harang, pretty good paycheck. You know, it doesn't cost a lot, $5 million.
Tapper to the right of the mound, and Harang will retire Eric Young.
Well, Tom, time for the Nissan keys to the game. My first key is do not let Freddie Freeman beat you in this game. Not saying that other guys can't, but he's been a Phillies killer over his career. And Harang, keep the hitters off balance. Move the curveball, the changeup. If you have to pitch inside, just move their feet, keep them off balance.
Well, here's Alberto Callaspo playing second base tonight. He takes takes ball 1, excuse me. There's Freddie Freeman. Callaspo was 1 for 8 in the series against the New York Mets. A veteran infielder. He's been bouncing around the American League West for a good part of his career. Fly ball left field. And Ben Revere wasn't playing all that deep. Makes the catch. 2 outs. During the 2015 season, Turkey Hill, the official ice cream of the Phillies, will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. That'll bring Nick Markakis to the plate. A fixture with the Baltimore Orioles. Signed the free agent contract with the Braves this past offseason. I think for Orioles fans, he's one of those guys that you're in total shock when he leaves your organization.
Well, and he did such a great thing for that organization, that city. Just a true professional player, playing for Baltimore for all those years. I know when I was with the Blue Jays, he used to destroy us. So he's a very good hitter, and he doesn't get the credit for his outfield play as well.
Swing and a miss late on a 89-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-2. Markakis having a good start, hitting .373. And he hits it foul up toward the Hall of Fame club. Well, the arbiters for tonight's ball game, the crew chief is Brian Gorman. He's at home plate. Mark Carlson's at first. Mike DeMuro's at second, and Tripp Gibson is around at third. Two balls, two strikes. Up high, 3-2. So it's the second 3-ball, 2-strike count he's had in this first inning. Another foul ball. Out to center field, Herrera. Ooh, he misread it and is able to track it down. I'll tell you what, that ball really jumped off the bat of Markakis. Good job by Herrera to recover after an 8-pitch at bat by Nick Markakis. It's a 1-2-3 top of the first. We'll be back at the bottom of the first. Getting set to start things off with his first at-bat of the night. Let's take a look at the rest of the Phillies starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Leading it off in left field, Ben Revere. Batting second is Odubel Herrera. Chase Utley hits third, followed by Jeff Francoeur and Ryan Howard. Cody Ashley's at third base, batting sixth in the bottom third of Ruiz, Galvis, and Harang. And they'll face left-hander Alex Wood out of the University of Georgia. 3 starts so far. 1-0 with an ERA of 3.93.
Ground ball pitcher, you need to get the ball up against him. He has a pretty good fastball. He has a delay in his delivery, so don't get caught up in that. Once the ball comes out of his glove, that's when you start reacting. That's why you see the Budweiser scouting report, 88 to 91 mile an hour curve change, and leads the National League in ground ball double plays. So get him up in the zone. Good day to hit with the wind blowing out to right.
Yeah, the Phillies had a tough time doing that against him last year. I think a lot of it had to do with the motion that you just saw. No balls at 1 strike to Revere, who's hit in 5 consecutive games. He was 11-11 a season ago and 1-1 against the Phils, but with an earned run average of 1.29. 0-2 to Revere. And Revere saw 3 pitches, and what do they used to say, Matt? Didn't take the bat off his shoulder.
Yep. That's what you call good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
1 away here in the bottom of the first. All right, now Odubel Herrera, who's down to the 2-hole from the leadoff spot. 3 for 12 in the series against the Marlins.
Safe to say he will not take 3 pitches.
Well, there you go. Well, he probably was walking past Ben Revere, and Revere said he's right around the plate. 6-game hitting streak for Odubel. His average at .291. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Greg Dearden of Harleysville. Phillies hit a home run in tonight's ball game, then Greg will win $200. Ground ball foul. Charlie O'Gara, our home plate camera operator. Charlie, do you know Greg? You know everybody in Harleysville, don't you? He does not know Greg, because if there's a home run, he can just present the money to him. One ball, 2 strikes to Herrera. And he hits that one right through the middle of base hit. Wasn't getting cheated on that at bat.
No, he wasn't. And it's funny when you watch Alec Wood, the way he approached the hitters. Usually the first time through the order, he throws a lot of fastballs. A.J. Pazinski wanted to throw a couple pitches away. Gets a fastball inside. Nice timing. Pretty swing. I mean, the ball, he didn't miss by much, the target. Well, I like about it because his hands stay through the zone and allows him to hit the ball everywhere on the field.
Oh, with 1 out, it brings Chase Utley to the plate. Utley was just 1 for 7 against the Marlins. It has not been, and this is an understatement, a very good start for Utley as that ball gets away from Freddie Freeman, and Herrera is going to think about going to third. He stopped at second. I think he could have made it. What do you think?
I think he could have as well. But that's really, you have to rely on your third base coach. He's your eyes in that situation. I mean, the last thing you want to do is look over your shoulder and see where the ball is, because what it does is it slows you down, and one, it takes you a bad path towards second base. But you can see right here, he gets up, he knows. If he was looking at Chase, Chase could have told him. That's where your third base coach has to be your eyes.
Utley takes ball 1. It is an E1. Only the 5th error of the season for the Braves. They've played very good defensive baseball. Well, there's nothing wrong with being a little extra conservative in the first inning when there's only 1 out. He's already in scoring position, but the positive would have been he could have scored on a fly ball, which Chase has picked up a lot of RBIs with some sac flies this year. Utley pulls it foul, just foul. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, we mentioned how good the Braves have been defensively, and we take a look at our T-Mobile game changer. And they have a .993 fielding percentage, just a hair ahead of the Marlins. Well, we know that Andrelton Simmons, their shortstop, can change games defensively, but the rest of the Braves have done their job as well. Pickoff play is on. Oh, just as we said that. Alex Wood already has 1 error.
I'm thinking Alex Wood might want to stop throwing to the bases and do that little pump fake. No more throwing. Step off. But you can see right here, he turns and just never ever closes up. And
it wasn't even close.
That was in the wrong area code.
And really no way for Herrera, to advance.
No.
Maben was right there. 2 balls, 1 strike to Utley. Outside 3-1. We mentioned Utley has 9 RBIs. Considering he's only picked up 6 hits, that's pretty good production, RBI wise.
Yes.
But he's had opportunities to have even more RBIs if his batting average was a little stronger.
He's got 50 at bats on the year. A lot of hitters like to go 50 at bats each time. So you go your first 50 at bats, you try to work on different things your next 50 at bats. Then when you get to the 100 bat area, that's where you want to start locking it in. I mean, you want to lock it in from the first at bat, but some hitters go 10 at bats, some hitters go 20. A lot of players go 50 at bats.
Outside, ball 4. So Utley draws a walk to put runners on first and second. And that'll bring Jeff Francoeur to the plate. Jeff Francoeur, former Brave, played 5 years with Atlanta on the major league level, was originally a first-round draft pick by the Atlanta Braves. Said the other day that he always likes playing against his former teams. It's not just a team anymore, teams. Whether it be the Mets or the Braves. Hitting .225, has a couple home runs, couple doubles. Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's different. It's a different feeling when you go in and play against a team that you were with for for a few years or 1 year, whatever it is. You want to go in there and you want to make them pay. You want to say you made the mistake of getting rid of me, or maybe you should never have traded me.
I would think that he has that feeling when he goes in to faces the Mets, the Padres, the Royals, the Rangers, but even more so when he faces the Braves, because he grew up Braves country. He was a first-round pick, highly sought-after football product. And I think everybody thought he and McCann would be with the Braves forever. Chopper over to third. Johnson charges, goes to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. And now first and third with 2 men down.
Yeah, I thought that him and Brian McCann would be there for a long time. Sometimes going back to play your old team. You know, as you see the chopper right here, and Johnson makes a nice shorthanded play. That's a good play right there. It's a risky play because you could have taken the out at first base very easily, but knowing your runner, a fine play. But sometimes you go against your old team, you try too hard as well.
That's true. Callaspo did stay on the second base bag. Howard takes strike 1. It's 0-1. Ryan with 47 career home runs against the Atlanta Braves.
It's remarkable.
He didn't play for the Braves, but he certainly has loved hitting against them. In the air to right field. If it stays fair, it's gone. Hooking toward the pole. It is a foul ball. Wind is whipping from left to right. I mean, that ball was hooking from the time it left its bat, but it was certainly helped by the winds.
Nice short swing. Ryan knows it's either going to be fair or foul. He just hooked it a little bit. He knew right there that he got around it just a hair. He was kind of hoping and didn't miss by much. Actually, it would have been a double.
Yeah, would have hit the top of the fence. No balls, 2 strikes. Herrera leads off third. Francoeur first. Way upstairs, 1-2. Chopper over to first, picked up by Freddie Freeman. A fair ball, and the Phillies leave a couple here in the first inning. So they can't capitalize on the error by Alex Wood. We've completed one. We'll move to the second. It's the Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Lead it off. It'll be Freeman, Przynski, and Chris Johnson. Freddie Freeman probably feels like the last man standing with these Atlanta Braves, although I guess Andrelton Simmons can feel the same way too. He saw Jason Hayward traded. He saw Justin Upton traded. B.J. Upton traded. Craig Kimbrell, who he came through the farm system with.
Melvin Upton.
Melvin Upton, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I have some time before we go to San Diego. I'll get it right. But the Braves say they are not entertaining thoughts of trading Freddie Freeman, even though they've traded a lot of other guys. They signed him to a contract, a long-term contract last year. So he and Simmons are going to be foundation pieces for their rebuild. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 4 in a row. Retired by Harang. One away. A.J. Przynski's coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow us to introduce Greg Murphy.
Well, thank you very much, Tom, and a good start for Aaron Harang. And you mentioned right at the beginning of the broadcast about quality starts, 7 straight dating back to the middle of September for Aaron Harang, with an ERA of under 2 in those starts. And how is he doing it? Well, he's doing it in a couple different ways. Matt, you mentioned about being able to work both sides of the plate, and he's got a handful of pitches that he uses. But one thing that jumps out at you is you look at the use of his slider against right-handed hitters. Over the past couple of years, you see batting average down to 146 against right-handers against that slider, and the strikeouts are up when using that slider. And Matt, you and I were talking about that in the office today, and you said part of that is the reason. Part of the reason is when he is using that slider.
It is, and what it is, he's setting up the right-handers. He's throwing fastballs insides, and everyone knows that he has a pretty good cutter as well. So they have to protect the outside corner as well as the fastball inside. But now all of a sudden he starts to throw that slider about 18, almost 19% of the time. A lot of these sliders are going out of the zone. You know, cutters are usually made start middle of the plate, cut away, get away from the barrel of the bat. But his are coming in with 2 strikes, has a bigger swoop to it. That's why a lot of guys are swinging and missing.
Well, whatever he's doing, it's certainly working. And coming out of spring training, you know, his command was okay in spring training, but it certainly is better now as we've gotten into the regular season.
You know, Tommy, you mentioned that some people look at that quality stat start and kind of, you know, roll their eyes or shake their head. But the bottom line is what he has been able to do is each time out over the past 7, 8 starts is keep his ball club in the game, give them a chance to win. And that's really all you can ask for a starting pitcher.
High fly ball to left field. Revere out toward the track. The wind is going to keep this one in the yard. In fact, it's going to be a routine fly ball, and 6 up, 6 down for Aaron Harang. So we've completed 1.5 here in Philadelphia. We'll go to the bottom of the second. And the Phils will try to get a little offense against the Braves. Fanatic birthdays of years past. Remember this one when Phoebe was struggling to get out of the limousine and they put the red carpet down for the Fanatic? Why not? Well, we have no idea what surprises and celebrations will be part of the Fanatic birthday this Sunday when the Phillies wrap up the series against the Atlanta Braves. But you're going to want to be here, and if you're 14 and under, you're going to get those socks right there. You can get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. A lot of surprises and a lot of lasting surprises. We'll just leave it at that for the Fanatic's birthday. Cody Ashe swings at the first pitch and pops it up. 1 out. And Carlos Ruiz is coming up.
Tom, I'm looking forward to Sunday.
I know the Fanatic's looking forward to it. I am too, because we said there's going to be some surprises, and we mean surprises that are going to be long-lasting. There are going to be some long-lasting surprises. Fanatic will have all his friends here, of course, helping to celebrate. He was working on some new dance moves today, earlier in the afternoon, in the basement here at Citizens Bank Park. Don't forget, too, you can sign his birthday card if you come in to tonight's game or tomorrow night's ball game. Up high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Brought to you by the good folks at Citizens Bank.
Hopefully they don't bring an owl just so Murph doesn't get scared again.
I think there might be an owl here.
Okay.
I think Hooter might be here. That's a little more of a passive owl. Chopper out towards second, and Callaspo with a big hop. There's the birthday card. Folks are getting a chance to sign. Representatives from Citizens Bank are making sure the card doesn't blow away toward Manayunk on a windy day like this. Freddie Galvis takes a strike. It's 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Speaking of birthdays today, our very own John DeSangro is celebrating a birthday today.
Yes,
our associate producer. Sang, I hope you made the trivia question easy for Matt. Maybe since it's Chipper Jones's birthday as well, you've incorporated a question that includes Chipper Jones, which would help Matt a little bit, sort of tie it in.
Just happy birthday, Sang.
It's not a Chipper Jones question.
Chipper Jones.
1-2 pitch. Chopper up the first base line. Przynski will pick it up and no play. A base hit for Freddie Galvis. A 2-out infield single. And that'll bring Aaron Harang to the plate. Ball actually trickled a little farther than I thought it would after Freddie made contact. Plus the bat got in the way a little bit.
Yeah, I thought right here when AJ picked the ball up, I thought he would have just thrown the ball and hit Galvis in the back on purpose. Because he was running inside the line. It's an automatic out.
Aaron Harang hits that foul. But he's a veteran catcher. He may have been keen to that. By the way, Matt, also a happy 94th birthday to James Nacito. His daughter Debbie works here in the Phillies office. God bless you, James. 94 years young. Ground out to second. Galvis is retired. So are the Phils here in the bottom of the second. We go to the third. Who else has a birthday today? We'll find out. Sanchez and a few of his teammates of the Philadelphia Eagles, including Kiko Alonso, were out on the field throwing some balls around, but also taking some infield and taking some batting practice. It's always fun to watch other athletes from other sports try to take some hacks in the cage. Some are better than others. One of those guys that got a chance to take some hacks is with Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Yeah, I'm here with John Dorenbos and Cody Parkey. Both guys got to take some hacks today, and so it's football weather. Why not talk to some football guys, right? And John is holding the wood that he was presented. What does it say on there, John?
Look, I didn't want to bring this up, but it says 2015 Eagles BP champ, which, if you ask most of the guys, the whole thing was rigged, and I won before it even started. But hey, you know what? I will take it.
Yeah, it certainly is a bit of pride for him. Cody, what do you think? Was he the best hitter out there for you guys today?
You know what? He did hit lefty and righty, which was very impressive. But we think it was rigged. He's the oldest guy out of the group, so we think that you just want to give him a little something to make him happy.
I was going to ask you about that, John, because when you talk about longest tenured athletes in Philadelphia, your name is right among the tops at this point. Joined the Birds back in 2006. That's got to be a little source of pride for you, I would imagine.
It's a huge honor, and it's a huge honor to be in this city because it's such a huge sports town. And one of the things that I take pride in is be able to represent the city, to be able to play with those guys, to be able to wear an Eagles helmet. It's what I love to do, and the fact that the city has kept me here this long, I owe it all to you guys. I owe it all to the fans and the organization, and I promise you I've cherished every second of it.
The man can snap a ball through a tire from about 25 feet away, or probably longer than that. We're going to have to check that out one of these days. Cody, for you, first season in Philadelphia, and it was a good one, and that had to feel pretty special for you as you get your NFL career underway.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. I started off in Indianapolis, obviously wasn't there too long. Came to Philadelphia, and it's just night and day. The way the fans here are just incredible. I got to work with John and Donnie Jones, two of the best in the game for so long, and it was just a true honor. And many years to come, I hope to keep playing for them.
Now, I know you guys are both baseball fans, going to get a chance to watch the Phillies in action tonight. You actually were a pretty accomplished baseball player back in high school, were you not?
I did okay. I love the game. I grew up in Seattle, so I was a huge Seattle Mariners fan. And I even told these guys, I watched Griffey, Jay Buhner, Omar Vizquel, and those guys. Even I was a Mike Schmidt fan. I wore my swingman, which are Griffey's. I wore them today to batting practice. You know what I mean? Didn't really help much, but I love this game, man. I love everything about it, and I love this stadium, and this is a great place to watch a game.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you before I let you guys go. So many happenings around the Philadelphia Eagles, and with Chip Kelly in charge. Is it an exciting time to be a part of the Philadelphia Eagles with the changes and the expectations? I'll ask you first, John.
Yeah, every day is an exciting time, and as an athlete, every year there's always big changes. So I think internally, you might not be as shocked because there's going to be big changes every year, and one year it's going to be me and it's going to be him, and it is what it is. But to play with new guys and to wish guys that we played with before good luck, and obviously everybody wishes everybody all the success in the world. So Chip Kelly's the man. Let me tell you this: I love being around him. He's made me a better person in my personal life, in my professional life. Dave Phipp, who's the special teams coach, is one of the best coaches I've ever seen. So it's not just about the game for me; it's about spending time with these guys in life is a great thing.
As this one is lofted into right field, Jeff Francoeur is there to make the catch. Finally, expectations are high around the Philadelphia Eagles, but I guess you guys would want it no other way.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We had a 10-win season last year, and we didn't make the playoffs, unfortunately. So we obviously have to do better this year. So we're going in. We're working hard every day. Today wasn't even a day where we had to be in there yet. Most of the team was still in there, getting better. Everyone's really motivated, and we want to bring a championship to this city real bad.
All right, that's what the fans want to hear as well. Guys, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Send it back to you guys in the booth. Tom?
All right, Murph, thank you. Alex Wood is the batter. No balls and 2 strikes to Alex Wood. Well, like every sport, football, baseball, basketball, it seems like it's a 365-day-a-year sport. People want to hear information. They want to know information. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Wood is down on strikes. Second strikeout for Harang. So 9 up, 9 down through the first 3. Well, they didn't only take batting practice, but those big feet also tried to put on the Fanatic socks, which will be Sunday's giveaway. And then they posed. And then their circulation came back about an hour later. We'll be back at the Phil's bottom of the 3rd right after this. Go to the fan section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Matt, the question is, what relief pitcher holds the rookie record for most saves in a season with 41?
Chipper Jones.
Answer will be revealed a little later on. Braves have had some good closers. Bedrosian, Smoltz, Kimbrel. Ben Revere leads it off here in the 3rd. Shows bunt, and he's taken his 4th consecutive strike. Struck out looking his first time up. And he whacks it foul. It's 0-2. So why Ben Revere back to the leadoff spot now in game number 17? Ryan Sandberg said, listen, I'm going to try everything to win a ball game. He said, I know what Ben did last year as the leadoff hitter. I know he can do it. He said, so we're going to give him another shot to see if he can do it. He said, and there's not a huge difference between 1 and 2. You know, he was batting second. Odubel Herrera is now batting second. He said, basically what he's looking for both to do is to try to jumpstart this offense, which is averaging 2.5 runs per game, which is last in Major League Baseball.
Well, and Ben swung the bat well versus left-handers last year. He's a little spark plug. He gets on base. He steals base. 49 stolen bases last year. So I like him in the leadoff spot. I really do.
0-2 pitch to him. Low. We had 184 hits last year. And aside from a few pinch hits, most of them were as the leadoff batter. There's Herrera. I think the thought was if he batted seconds, he'll get fastballs. But he doesn't take a lot of pitches.
Right.
So batting him leadoff means that he doesn't have to worry about, all right, if Herrera gets on, do I let him steal? Do I have to take this fastball? Do I have to take that fastball? Curveball pulled toward first. Freddie Freeman bobbles, picks it up, and Revere wins the race to the bag. That's the second error of the night for the Braves, who came in with a league best, a league least 4 errors on the season.
You probably don't get much easier ground balls than this one right here. It's a 3-hopper. He stays down. He just came up a little bit with the glove at the end of it. Right there, he kind of came up a little bit off the chest. Right, he's going to get. That's probably going to be one of the easier plays that Freddie Freeman gets. He usually has tremendous hands at first base. Maybe it's contagious.
I wouldn't mind if they continue to make errors.
Now all of a sudden, now it just goes their way, and we don't make any more errors.
Herrera shows bunt, takes low. Well, the big thing that's been plaguing Freddie Gonzalez's Braves this year has been starting pitching and relief pitching. I mean, offense to a certain extent, but they had 8 walks last night issued in the first 5 innings. They average, their pitchers do, collectively a little more than 4 walks per game. They've had 9 games of 5 walks or more in 2015. It's a lot of extra base runners.
That it is.
And to tie it all together, 17 walks in the last 3 games.
Find it interesting we talk about the Atlanta Braves throwing a lot of balls and walking a lot of people. Talked about the Marlins striking out a lot. And we talk about the Phillies making a lot of errors so far this year. So
everybody has their category. Pretty good curveball, 2-1.
That's a good curveball, but it's not a very good 2-0 swing. That's where you look in the heater and you get the curveball. Herrera, young kid, though, he's setting him up. He's sitting on the curveball this time. He wants it again.
I'll go with it. I'll go with it.
I hope it happens.
Time is called.
Comes a curveball.
There goes Revere. Pitches taken for a ball, and Revere has swiped second base, and he went off the bag. I think Revere's saying that Simmons pushed him off the bag. We've seen that many times with Chase Utley covering the second base bag, or Jimmy Rollins. It's something that happens. Ryan Sandberg is going to go out to talk to the second base umpire, and that's Mike DeMuro.
It looks like he kind of grabs a hold of his leg and pulls it off.
He did kind of hook him. I don't know if Rhino has a fight here at all, because it's, it's up to the discretion of the umpire here. Watch and see his leg change directions. He's on the bag, on the bag, on the bag, and then pushed off the bag.
If you look at the way that the glove is wrapped around his leg,
yeah.
I mean, usually you tag, you just come down straight down. But as he had his hand wrapped around his leg, he kind of pulled him off the bag. He didn't push him off, he pulled him off.
That one's poked towards shortstop, gobbled up by Simmons. And there are 2 outs. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Jefferson, where health is all we do. Call 1-800-JEF now or visit jefferson.edu. And by the Quality Plus Ford stores. Go further. Well, with Matt Stairs and Greg Murphy, I'm Tom McCarthy here on a Friday night in South Philadelphia. Our friend the Fanatic is here taking some pictures.
So that's non-reviewable, right?
That is not reviewable. And it's really up to the discretion of the umpire, Matt. It's one of those things that the umpire, it's his judgment. And you and I both know, we've seen it a lot with Jimmy and with Chase over the years. Now, that did look a little more deliberate than what we would normally see. But, Chase is one of the best at that. Jimmy was really good at it, too. 0-2 pitch. Down low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. They'll be out of play again. Out of 10 scoreboard. The Yankees lead the Mets 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Mark Teixeira's hit a 2-run home run. Jacob deGrom had only allowed 3 home runs in his previous 20 outings, and he allows one early there. Eric Young calls off Simmons. Side is retired here in the 3rd. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error for the Braves. They've committed 2 so far. OfficeJet Pro X clocks in at 70 pages per minute. Get yours today for up to 50% off from who but WB Mason. Fanatics making some kids laugh here tonight, as is normally the case. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning. So far, so good for Harang. He's faced 9. He's retired all 9. He'll face Eric Young for the 2nd time. And Young chops that one up the first baseline. It is a foul ball. No balls, 1 strike. Braves in their 3-game series against the Mets scored only 6 runs. Mets are winners of 11 straight, so they hit them when they were a hot team. The Phillies hit them at the start of that hot streak. That one's bunted toward third. Harang will let Ashe pick it up barehanded. Nice play. Good communication all around. Well, speaking of the Braves' struggles, let's check in again with Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, thanks, Tom. Well, yeah, you mentioned their hot start. We all remember the beginning of the 2015 season for the Braves. They came out of the gate 5-0. There you see the numbers, 267 batting average. They were scoring over 5 runs a game, and the ERA for the starters was excellent. Then look at the last 10 games. They've gone into a slide. Just 3 wins in those 10 games. Batting average way down. Also, ERA way up. 5.17 ERA for their starters, and scoring only 3.5 runs per game. So things are a little bit different, flip-flopped over the last 10 games for the Atlanta Braves.
Really. And one of the things we talked about, Murph, were the walks. I mean, that's part of it. You know, that's, and they've been in their bullpen a lot, and that's a big thing. They've made some changes to their bullpen today because they were into it so much over the last few days. I mean, every team goes through that.
A lot of teams go through it, but usually not this early in the season.
Well, that's true.
You know, and you usually bring an extra pitcher the start of the year because you usually don't need 5 starters. But when your starters are only going 4 or 5 innings every game, that's why you start seeing a lot of moves being made.
Yeah, they haven't had a guy, and there's the first base runner of the day. They haven't had a guy consistently go 7 innings this year as a starting pitcher. Then again, the Phillies really haven't had that either. Well, the first base runner puts Harang into the stretch for the first time, and here's Nick Markakis, who flied to center his first time up. Markakis has been red hot. He's 11 for 22 on this road trip. He was 4 for 11 in the Mets series. And even if you go back over his last 10 games overall, he is 16 for 36. So he's been riding this 500 clip. Was it a bad pitch right there by Harang? Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Boa. One ball, 1 strike. On the outside corner, 1-2. It's a give and take.
Now just go, well, he's going to throw a slider, but I'd like to see him go out just a little farther outside for a pitch. As a hitter, you start thinking you know the strike zone, and Gorham, home plate umpires, is given a few inches outside. Now with 2 strikes, you have to protect. So if you go out a little farther outside, left-handed hitters or right-handed hitters will take really awkward swings just to try to foul the ball off so they don't get called out in strike 3.
1-2 pitch. Just a bit outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They were so natural before we put them on camera. Well, they got a little nervous. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Markakis. He tied him up, and he fouls it down the right field line. Out of play. Cody Ashley, the Phillies' third baseman, is playing off the line. Middle infielders looking to turn 2. Freddie Freeman waits on deck. A couple pretty close pitches. It looked like Carlos caught that one a little low, but I don't know where it crossed the plate, whether it did it at the knees or not.
I think that was a better pitch than the 1-1 pitch before. To make it go 1-2.
See what Callaspo does here over at first base.
He's running.
Well, Harang throws over just to check on him.
Markakis, good control of his bat. Doesn't strike out a lot. He's having a good at bat. So pretty good chance they're going to send him.
There he goes. Pitch is chopped back toward the middle. Galvis right around the second base bag, hops over the base runner. The double play ends the 4th inning. So again, Harang has faced the minimum. He's spending some pitches, but has faced the minimum. Only 1 base runner so far for the Braves. Freddie Galvis using some nifty footwork, and then using the help of Ryan Howard to complete the double play. At ChevyDealer.com. Buy WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. And buy your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Delaware Valley Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com today. Well, the Phillies have a great PA announcer in Dan Baker, and there is Matt Cord, the public address announcer for the Philadelphia 76ers and his family. Season's over for the Sixers, of course, so instead of watching some playoff basketball, he's watching some little Phil's baseball. Jeff Francoeur is the batter, and Francoeur fouls the first pitch away. Swing and a miss. Francoeur, during his time with the Braves, hit .266, had 78 home runs for his career. That one's back toward the middle, but Callaspo was playing him that way. Well, Mother's Appreciation Day is coming up on Sunday, May 10th. It's presented by StubHub, a Phillies wristlet free to women 15 and older. You can can purchase your tickets for that 3-game series by going to Phillies.com. Another one of the great new giveaways for the 2015 season. Ryan Howard 0 for 1. That one is pulled down the right field line, a foul ball. Man. Well, he's just having an unlucky night.
I mean, that's 2 baseballs just hit down the right field corner. First one, what did you say, Tom? 4 feet from being a double off the wall?
4 feet easily, yep. And you know what? It could have even got out of the yard if it was shifted inside the pole. You never know with the angle.
That's true. But I like the fact that Ryan has turned on a couple of pitches down the right field corner. Everyone thought, the best way to pitch Ryan Howard is fastballs inside. Now you start turning on that pitch. Now all of a sudden the balls go back outer half or middle of the plate, and that's where his strength is, to drive the ball to left field.
That one softly up the first base line, 3-2. Again, that one hit sharply, knocked down by Freeman. He has a little extra time, so he's able to retire Howard. Well, he's had a couple good swings, 3 good swings against the left-hander. The 2 foul balls and that one there. And Cody Ashe will be the hitter.
And also, he's seen a lot of pitches today.
Yeah.
He's been in good hitters counts.
Matt, you have your date when you're going to sign your book here at the ballpark?
June 7th.
June 7th. In line with that, Cody Ashe is going to be here at the ballpark signing autographs tomorrow. He and his wife are backing a brand new T-shirt that's going to be sold, and all the proceeds are going to go to ALS.
Oh, nice.
1-1 is taken for strike 2. It's 1-2.
We'll go down and buy a jersey and have him sign it. Or a shirt. What time's he signing tomorrow?
I think it's noon. What are you going to do then? Got anything going on then?
Sleep.
One's out of play toward the Hall of Fame club. Look out below.
Where's Cody doing the signing at?
Here.
Oh, it's at the ballpark?
Yeah.
We have a night game tomorrow, don't we?
We do.
Okay.
Fly ball, shallow center field. Cameron Maben, he barely has to move. And the Phillies go down 1-2-3 here in the 4th inning. So 4 quick innings here in Philadelphia. Thumbs up for everyone here in attendance tonight. Matt, here we go. What relief pitcher holds the rookie record for most saves in a season with 41?
Well, I'm going to guess that he just got traded to San Diego and say Craig Kimbrel. You know who I'm talking about. Kimbrel.
You are correct. The first, third, and fourth time. Say it again. Come on. Say it.
Well, I had a little bit of ice cream, so my mouth is a little frozen.
Right,
Craig Kimbrel. No, not Kimbrel. Kimbrel. Remember last year Jamie couldn't say Encarnacion?
Yeah.
You can never say it well. It's Craig.
All right, come on, say it again.
It's Craig.
No, say the whole thing.
Why? We're on TV. Why am I going to embarrass myself again? Kimbrel. Kimbrel. Kimbrel.
Yep, that's it. You can write it on the no, you can't write it on television. Yeah. Craig Kimbrel.
So am I right?
You are correct.
Thank you.
Swing and a miss, and Freeman has the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt, log back on to Phillies.com. Find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Jim Jackson a couple years ago had trouble saying Shin Soo Choo.
I told you I pick either the first name or the last name.
That one is slicing toward the dugout. Ruiz went a long way. It's really Carlos's player, no one else's. Well, Craig Kimbrel is the all-time saves leader with 186. John Smoltz at 154.
Kimbrel's a pretty good closer.
That a boy. Out to left field. Ben Revere makes the catch. By the way, you see where Freddie Gonzalez is standing? Remember Charlie Manuel used to roam the dugout trying to find a spot that would be better luck? Freddie is down by the camera well. Down by Charlie and Andy Rabel. Hi, Andy. A.J. Przinsky is the batter. Charlie used to do that all the time. Charlie used to go up and down depending on what the Phillies were doing offensively. That's where he would stay. And there is the first hit of the night for the Atlanta Braves. Przinsky's going to try for 2, and Jeff Francoeur tried to barehand it and couldn't hold up. So that'll be a double for A.J. Przinsky. It's his second double of the year. Well, I think Jeff had him if he had picked it up cleanly.
Yeah, and I did too. Nice effort by Ryan Howard right there. And I was watching Frenchie in right field. He played the carom perfect. You know, a lot of times right there you might want to try to pick up the ball with the glove and do the spin throw. But I mean, Frenchie's such a good outfielder. That play could happen 10 times. You might miss it once. It's just so hard when it ricochets because it has that different spin on it.
And he had him dead to rights, too.
Yeah, he did.
Now, if he would have gloved it and spun, it would have been, like you said, a closer play.
Well, I don't think it would have been a closer play. I think it would have been an easier play for him because he would have had more momentum going. You know, he would have come out firing from right field just like Kimbrel throws a fastball.
Perfect.
Good. We're done.
That's a base hit to right field. Przinsky is going to hold up at third. He waited to see if that ball was going to be caught or not. So back-to-back hits now for the Braves. And it puts runners on first and third with 1 man down. So Andrelton Simmons is now the hitter. And that's a double play ball. Utley's got it, flips to second for 1. Galvis hesitated, threw low, and in time Howard hangs on. I think his foot actually clipped the foot of Simmons. And the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left. It got a little dicey at the ends. Andrelton Simmons is not trying out for Dancing with Stars. He just got caught up with Ryan Howard. Philadelphia Science Festival presented by Dow. Interactive science exhibits will line the concourse, and young fans can do an activity at each to earn a star. Earn 5 stars and receive a Philadelphia Science Festival night water bottle presented by Dow. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com or go to Phillies.com/science for more information. Let's listen to Dan Baker call the next batter. All right, Dan, I guess, has already called the first batter of the inning. Carlos Ruiz. And it's 0-1. It'll be Ruiz, Freddie Galvis, and Aaron Harang. 6, 7, or 7, 8, 9 for the Phils. Carlos lines it into right field, a base hit. So that breaks an 0 for 9 string for Carlos. All right, let's try this again. Dan Baker, take it away.
Phillies shortstop, Freddie Galvis.
Thank you, Dan. Very recognizable.
Very.
One of the nicest people you will ever meet in any walk of life, Dan Baker.
And one of the best dressed gentlemen as well.
I will second that. It's a great crew up there in the video operations room. Not only do they do everything that's up on the video board here, but they'll also do the balls and strikes and play the music that goes throughout the stadium.
Radar gun.
They pop that up as well. Yep. Galvis rolls it foul and he breaks his bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Freddie reached an infield single his first time up. Tough pitch to bunt. A sweeping breaking ball. Ryan Gorman, the home plate umpire.
You see the fake bunt, the curveball low. Questionable call.
I would agree with that. There's Fanavision and everything that's good. Boy, look at all those pictures. Looks like the view in the production cavity. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a chopper foul. A lot going on in there. And fans can look in. That's one of the great things in the Hall of Fame Club. See, that's what we like to see. We want to be interactive with the folks in the Fanavision room. He was excited to be recognized. Fly ball down the right field line. Markakis makes the catch in fair territory. 1 out. And that'll bring Aaron Harang to the plate. Harang had a fielder's choice his first time up. That ended the 2nd inning. The Phillies with 3 hits, the Braves with 2 hits.
I know you're in a bunting situation, but as hard as Johnson is charging at third base, I would love to see him pull back and swing.
Bunts it back toward the mound, picked up by Johnson.
Or just hit one off home plate and get the bunt down.
I'm with you though with what you were saying, because he is so far in, and a little bit of it is luck, obviously, for Harang to make contact and actually pull the ball.
Right, but I mean, and also though, when you're going through a situation where you're having a hard time scoring runs, you know, Harang does a nice job getting the bat out in front of home plate, deading the ball in front of home plate, which is a perfect technique. I just find it when you're struggling to score runs, it's so hard to get that big 2-out knock. Now all of a sudden, you know, he pulls the bat back because Johnson is charging so hard in from third base, and he slaps it past him. Now you might have first and third, and you might be able to start a big inning. Now it might have backfired, but what's the worst thing that happens? He swings and misses. Now you get the bunt down again. And really, it's the pitcher's decision if he wants to pull back into the butcher ball.
And Revere takes down low, 1-0. Now a guy like Alex Wood is a little different than, let's say, Jared Kozar. He throws 394 with sink.
Right.
And this is a left-hander compared to a righty, so maybe it's a little easier for a pitcher to do it then.
Well, and especially when you don't want to throw a first pitch strike to get the bunt down early. You know, Jamie talked about it last year a lot, and we talked about it, how pitchers allow other pitchers to get the bunt down too easy. They're throwing the first pitch fastball right down the middle. He does his job, get the bunt down. Well, why not go ahead and snap him a couple of curveballs off, or a hard slider, or a fastball up and in to where he might pop it up.
One ball, 1 strike to Revere. Ruiz back to second base. He started the inning with a single to right field. This is where, as a hitter, when it's 3 balls, 2 strikes,
a lot of hitters think automatic fastball in this situation, but if you start thinking 2 balls, 2 strikes, where he still might throw you an off-speed pitch, it makes the hitter stay back a little longer. Because you get antsy if that fastball, you want to go attack it.
Well, there you go. A ground ball to the right side. Freddie Freeman will take it to the bag. A fastball at 90 miles an hour. And Wood works out of a jam here in the 5th inning. Phillies leave one in scoring position. We're going to the 6th inning here in Philadelphia. Day starting position for the Phillies. The 23-year-old rookie from Venezuela has made good during his short time in the majors. The first 2 weeks have led to 7 extra base hits, 3 stolen bases, and a walk-off memory while connecting on his first major league hit, an RBI. Odubel's start has been a good one, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, Odubel Herrera will get a chance to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Right now, he's going to settle in center field as we go to the top of the 6th in a scoreless game between the Phils and the Braves. It'll be Cameron Maybin, then Alex Wood, and then the top of the order for Atlanta against Aaron Harang, who's allowed just 2 hits today. Alex Wood's only allowed 3 hits. Offense has been tough to come by for both teams tonight. Kind of interesting too. We're not seeing 2 pitchers who throw in the mid-90s that are overpowering the hitters. 2 pitchers that throw a lot of different pitches and are basically doing the same job.
Well, both pitchers so far have been down on the zone. Both teams have been pretty aggressive swinging early in the count. You know, the thing with teams, when teams are struggling to try to score runs, they think they need to swing earlier in the count to get something going, where it's better to see more pitches and try to get in the bullpen earlier, especially a first game of a series.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Maybin flied to right his first time up. Swing and a miss. He got him with a curve. He thought he had him with a fastball on the outside part of the plate, but settles for the curve. Did you forget to set your alarm, and did you miss John Runyon and Joe Conklin on Breakfast on Broad? Then don't miss the encore on Saturday at 4 on Comcast Sportsnet. Don't forget to wake up with Breakfast on Broad, presented by Virtua Joint Replacement Institute, weekday mornings from 6 until 8 over on the Comcast Network. Alex Wood struck out his only time up. Aaron Harang is one of only 14 active pitchers to have appeared at both the Vet and Citizens Bank Park. Called strike 3. Alex Wood was okay with that, it seems. 4 strikeouts for Harang. Time now to take a look at our Coors Cold Hard Fact, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Aaron Harang has thrown 7 consecutive quality starts dating back to last season, tying his career long streak. Since September 10th of last year, he is at 4-3 with a 1.76 ERA. Guess what, Matt? He's on course.
Don't say it.
He's well. Fly ball center field.
Now you can say it.
Herrera is under it and makes the catch. A pretty fast top of the 6th inning. Can you say quality start number 8 in a row? We'll see if the Phillies offense can get him a run. Utley and Jeff Francoeur to start things off. Odubel's had himself a nice start to his rookie season. In fact, the Phillies offensively, Murph, have 3 bright spots right now in their everyday lineup.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. When you start to look at the youth movement that the Phillies are trying to make, and you pick 3 guys under the age of 25, and Freddie Galvis and Herrera and Cody Ashley, and you look at the start that they have gotten off together combined, the numbers look pretty good. Just 3 home runs, so not a whole lot of power numbers out of those guys, but 14 home runs, 14 runs scored as well, and the batting average at .312. And you're talking about 3 guys whose average age is just 24 years old at the start of opening day this year. So it is certainly a positive, as those guys have started off the season, and you know, Cody Ashley's a guy that isn't known to get off to quick starts. Has gotten off to a quick start. Freddie Galvis, we were unsure. He was unproven at this level whether he could do it consistently on the offensive side of it. He has done it so far early in this season. And Herrera is a guy that never played above AA ball before, also doing it so far at this level. Now it's early, absolutely, and a lot of times in baseball the numbers, you know, have a tendency to come back down to a little bit as the season goes on. But it certainly is a positive when you're looking at some of the young guys in the middle of this lineup.
Yeah, absolutely, Murph. And you know, Galvis getting a chance to play every day and sort of embracing that opportunity, taking over for Jimmy Rollins. The ball's 1 strike to Odubel Herrera. Freddie Freeman been busy. That one he takes care of. And now Chase Utley's coming up.
Seems like every time we play the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman has between 4 and 7 3 unassisted. Like, that's 4th one right there.
I guess a lot of it has to do with the fact that the Phillies have a lot of left-handed batters.
If I ever buy a boat, I'm going to call it 3U, because I used to do that more than anybody. Ground balls to first.
The number 3 or 3 spelled out?
Number 3.
Would you do 3UA, 3 unassisted, or
3U?
3U.
What's the name of your boat you used to have?
I didn't put a name on it.
Come on.
I didn't put a name on it. 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. In hindsight, I probably should have, just because when I say that I used to have a boat, everybody always asks, so what'd you name it? 2-1.
You know, I like that report Murph just did about the young guys going out this year, and to me, Freddie Galvis is the guy who has impressed me a lot with his hitting. You know, compared to last year, hitting the ball in the air, and this year really concentrated and staying within himself of hitting the ball on the ground and line drives. And to go with those 3 young players, and to go with a very young core of bullpen guys, the direction they're going could be a slower one, but it's in a very good direction.
Yeah, obviously they have to piece in some power in some way, shape, or form. Well, you can kind of see a little of what the ball club is trying to do as Utley works out a walk. It obviously doesn't look that pretty right now, but with the pitchers they have in the minor leagues, the Adam Morgans at AAA and the 5 guys at AA,
right?
You know, they're envisioning that there's going to be some help coming in the rotation in the next year or so, or within the next year or so. And then you have to kind of find the power.
Yeah, you do. You need to find that one guy that can come in and help you be a game changer, really.
Back toward the middle, and it sneaks into center field. A base hit. Utley doesn't go to third. He'll stay at second. Maben was right on it, so that was the right play. You never know with Chase Utley, though. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. By Toyota. Where will Toyota take you? Visit buyatoyota.com to find out. Toyota, let's go places. And by Budweiser. Still brewed the hard way. This Bud's for you. Now, Matt, you talk about game changers. Phillies were very fortunate. They had an assortment of game changers for a long time. I mean, you can go Victorino, Worth, Rollins, Utley, Howard.
Yep. They were spoiled. Just
1 or 2, do you think?
I would like to see 2, a lefty and a righty.
Now, Roman Quinn is off to a very good start in AA. He's a center fielder. He's probably more in the line of let's say a Jimmy Rollins game changer than a Ryan Howard game changer.
Right. Which is fine. I mean, I just like to see a team that you can get a couple of knocks like they have right now, and then all of a sudden you come up with that big 3-run home run. Put that big crooked number up there.
1-0 pitch to Howard. And it's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roman Quinn, by the way, has scored more than a dozen runs already down in Reading. He's hitting .382 after 1 for 4 tonight. Pickoff play is on, and Utley is back. Boy, that was a good play.
I mean, he threw that ball right on the money, and Chase is lucky he didn't hit him in the face.
One ball, 1 strike. 2-1. Couple of good takes by Ryan Howard puts him in a good hitter's count with 1 man down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Cody Ashe's on deck. Alex Wood, all of a sudden, after getting the first out rather quickly with his 10th ground ball out, has thrown 10 pitches to the last 2 batters. The 3-1 pitch coming. out to left field. It's not deep, playable for Young. Simmons is there too. And there are 2 outs.
See, everything's pretty good. The setup, foot's down early. See Ryan Howard not very happy knowing that he had a good pitch to hit. Almost looked like he jammed himself a little bit. And that's the night where it's frustrating because you know that you were in. You had 3 at-bats. You worked the count all 3. You had good pitches to hit and all 3 at-bats. And you walk away with an 0 for 3 so far.
Cody Martin, the right-hander, warming up in the bullpen. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 13 years. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more every night on every device. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Ashe is 0 for 2. He's got a 5-game hitting streak on the line. So Howard is hoping that he'll pick him up. Give the Phils the first run of the game. Curveball sweeps in for a strike, 0-1. In the dirt, Przinsky scoops it up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Utley at second base. Francoeur at first. Softly to the right side. Freeman corrals it, throws to first. Not in time! He was off the bag. Ashe legs it out, and the Phils have the bases loaded for Ruiz. 6-game hitting streak now for Cody Ashe.
So right here.
Oh, great call by Mark Carlson.
Right on top of it.
He was in perfect position to see it.
If anything, the toss was just a hair slow to where he had to slow down to wait for it a little bit, but right over top of it.
Well, that's going to be it for Alex Wood. So he's going to be done after 5 2/3 innings of work. 5 hits allowed, over 100 pitches. He's at 101. So Freddie Gonzalez is going to go to his bullpen for the first time here tonight. Bills, and right-hander Cody Martin will take over for Alex Wood, who goes 5 2/3. So they decide to bring in the right-hander to face the right-hander Carlos Ruiz. Martin so far 1 win and a very good ERA, 10 innings in 8 games. Last year as a starter he was 7-8 for AAA Gwinnett.
3-pitch pitchers, not overpowering, 87 to 91 mile-an-hour fastball, slider and a curveball.
See what Ruiz does here on this first pitch. Takes outside, 1-0.
This is one of the rare right-handers that come in and throw 95, 96.
Yeah, at this juncture of the game, yeah. 1-0 pitch. One ball, one strike. Outside, 2-2. Fly ball right field. Markakis over toward the line, now in foul territory, and the Phils leave them loaded here in the 6th inning. No runs, 2 hits, 3 men left. We've got 6 in the books, still no scores. We go to the 7th. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. Well, not a whole lot of offense. 7 hits combined between the two teams. The Phils with 5 of them. Chase Utley has walked a couple of times. Aaron Harang has been very good, and he'll get set to start the 7th inning here. And we'll face Callaspo, Markakis, and Freddie Freeman. 2, 3, and 4 for the Braves. Atlanta started the season 5-0. and has lost 7 of the last 10 games, and now 8-7, 4.5 games off the top spot. Floated out towards center, and Odubel Herrera. These lucky fans are tonight's Citizens 7. They were interested in a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Good banking is simple, clear, and personal, and that's helping you bank better. Citizens Bank. One. Pretty efficient so far. He had a 19-pitch first inning, but beyond that, he's been pretty solid. Even in that inning, he was fine.
19 pitches in the first inning.
1, 2, 3.
Down.
Yeah.
But he did start off EY. Eric Young Jr. with 3 balls, no strike count.
Swing and a miss, 2-2 to Markakis, who's 0 for 2. Curveball popped up. Ruiz off of the mask and makes the catch up against the net. 2 outs.
Well, this is just great concentration. Not sure if this ball is going to hit off the net. Gets there quick, makes a nice play. Ben Davis would be a very happy man right there.
Well, and speaking of the Phillies defense, Ryan Sandberg talking about the fielding problems. It's frustrating. It really is. We worked at it. We'll continue to work at it. Fundamental baseball is a priority. Making routine plays is a priority. Hitting the cutoff man is a priority. It's been disappointing the last 2 games. Speaking about the fact that they have committed 5 errors in the last 2 ball games and 17 overall. Freeman fouls it back. He had another good quote today. He said, listen, I'm not looking for miracles. I'm just looking for the guys to make the plays. He said, this is Major League Baseball. He said, those plays need to be made. And he's absolutely right.
Honest statement.
See ya! I thought that was good, though. He's basically saying, I'm not looking for diving plays. I'm not looking for...
Make the routine.
Make the routine plays. 1-2 pitch to Freeman. Outside, 2-2. 5 errors the last 2 games, 17 errors, tied with the Nationals for the most in the majors. And a breaking ball called strike 3. Fantastic pitching by Aaron Harang. 7 scoreless innings. Boy, he's been really good here tonight. Watch how he has worked his magic against Freddie Freeman. He has struck him out twice. That time, it doesn't happen often, he got him looking. 7th inning. A scoreless game. Freddie Galvis will lead it off against Cody Martin, the rookie right-hander, on in relief of Alex Wood, who went 5 2/3 tonight for the Braves. And Galvis pulls the first pitch under the glove of Callaspo into center field. So a leadoff single. Harang will bat. Clocking in at 70 pages per minute, the HP OfficeJet Pro X is the perfect addition to your starting lineup. And now 50% off. Get yours today. From who? But WB Mason. So Harang is up there to try to bunt. Galvis up to second base. Johnson creeping in. 1 ball, no strikes. Bunts it toward first. Picked up by Freddie Freeman. Excellent bunt by Harang. So 2 sacrifices tonight for Aaron Harang. Phillies pitchers only had 2 sacrifice bunts coming into this ball game. Freddie Gonzalez back out to the mound. And he's going to bring in the left-hander Ian Thomas, who had been loosening up to face Ben Revere. So another pitching change. Cody Martin goes 2/3 of an inning, allows a hit, and now the VCU product, Ian Thomas, will enter the ball game to face Ben Revere. Charitable they can be. Groups of 25 or more are eligible for fundraising opportunities that benefit their designated cause. It's a great way to raise funds and awareness. Learn more at Phillies.com/group tickets. Oh, we're talking about John DeSangro's birthday today. Somebody else is celebrating a birthday today. I know that because there's cupcakes and candles, Matt. Otherwise, it would just be dessert they'd be celebrating. Luis Avilan, not Ian Thomas. Luis Avilan is the new pitcher for the Braves. He'll face Ben Revere. And a foul tip, or foul ball, I should say. 0-1. Avilan, 2.70 ERA. He's been one of their more consistent relief pitchers. Has been, too, for the last few years.
Yeah, he's got a very good arm. Tops out at 95 miles an hour. Fair ball and a good change.
Fly ball center field. It's not deep, so Galvis won't tag, and there are 2 outs.
Come on now, we need a base hit. Put it on the ground.
And this is the situation here with Herrera hitting with 2 outs, knowing that your outfielders are going to be moving in a little bit because he hasn't showed that consistent power yet. Galvis has to have a great secondary lead to be able to score on a single. Almost to the point where you're afraid that you might be out too far, but you got to have your momentum going towards third base, and the point of contact, you got to go.
Oh, nice play by Brzezinski. 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, I've seen him do this many, many times, but that's a pretty nice play.
I don't even know if he was looking at the glove. See what the 2 teams have done combined with runners in scoring position. The Phillies have had more opportunities. That's a number that has really stood out, where the Phillies have been at the bottom or near the bottom most of the year. 1 ball and no strikes. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Out of the outfielders, Markakis has the best arm. I mean, most times the right fielder does, but he has the best arm of the 3. Then it's Maben, and then it's Young. That was not the prettiest of swings right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's tough when a left-hander throws that hard, has a lot of movement, and he knows how to pitch inside to a left-hander. The ball just moves so much. You think you have a chance to keep it fair. It moves just far enough to where it jams you, and really you want to catch a ball. You try to catch a lefty out front of home plate when you hit.
A high chopper fielded by Callaspo, and he throws out Herrera, and the Phillies leave 1 in scoring position for the 3rd consecutive inning. We've played 7. We'll go to the 8th inning. Still nobody has a run on the board. On our most exciting lineup ever. ShopNissan.com, and by McDonald's. Any size hot or iced coffee is just $1. McDonald's. I'm loving it. I don't know if Murph realizes this or not, but there's another owl in the ballpark this evening. Dancing with the Fanatic and a couple of kids on the dugout in between innings. The Temple Owls mascot hooter. A.J. Przinsky takes one right down the middle for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to Przinsky. He doubled his last time up, 1 of 2 hits for the Braves. That one's hit well out toward right field. Francoeur should get to it, and he does. A little lower than he probably anticipated. 1 out. A little top spin on that one.
But I'd rather see an outfielder get back to the point and then have to come in than coast on a ball.
Easier to come in.
Yes.
Everybody's heard that since Little League. Go back an extra step or two because it's easier to come in than to keep on floating back. Chris Johnson, who battled for batting title 2 years ago, had a lesser season last year.
Hey, man, looking good, baby.
10 for 32 here in 2015.
Yeah, huge. Iron that huge.
So at a Major League scoreboard, Nationals and Marlins tied at 2. That game's in the bottom of the 7th. Bryce Harper a couple RBIs.
Quick wall.
That one went right down the stairway. Jake Diekman starts to warm in the Phillies bullpen. Jim Johnson and a called strike 3, a breaking pitch. Chris Johnson thought it was high. It may have been when it started, but not when it finished. 2 outs. Andrelton Simmons coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. It's time for the Major League Notebook.
All right, thanks, Tom. Well, the Marlins left Philadelphia yesterday, got back to Miami last night, and then they placed Christian Yelich on the DL today. You remember he missed game number 1 here in Philadelphia because he had back tightness, didn't play in the entire series. Well, that has turned to a back strain. He is now on the 15-day DL. And how about this story? Several reports out there are saying that the LA Angels are getting set to trade Josh Hamilton back to the Texas Rangers as Chooch settles under that one for the 3rd out of the inning. He'll be headed back to the Angels, back to the Texas Rangers. The Angels will pay the bulk of his salary. It has not been confirmed by either team yet, but it sounds like it's going to happen. Of course, he is still trying to battle back and get himself back out on the field, guys, this year. That's going to do it for the end of the top of the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th, still no score.
of the game.
Well, the first one comes back in the 4th inning on a hit and run. Elvis does a nice job covering second base and making a strong throw to first. And Simon hits a ground ball, first and third situation. Little 4-6-3 double play. Nice little scoop by Ryan Howard right here, and that is why that is the Hyundai defensive plays of the game.
Chase Utley will lead things off. Now, this is a night where the Phillies have taken a better step defensively in their own right. They do not have an error. The Braves have 2. Aaron Harang has been the support of that, but they need to get a run because Diekman is warming up right now in the bullpen. Actually, now it's Ken Giles who's warming up at the bullpen. Two and out to Utley. He's walked twice tonight. He's also flied out to left. All 3. Francoeur waits on deck. Simmons now just moved right behind the second base bag. Utley bounces that one just inside. Juan Samuel, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Figure the Braves will bring in Jim Johnson to face Jeff Francoeur. That one's back toward the middle, into center field, a base hit. So Utley's aboard. Avion just did a split trying to track down that ball. It got away from Callaspo. Now let's see what Freddie Gonzalez does. They have Howard also in the on deck circle, so maybe you want to leave Avilan in.
Just out of the reach of Simon's playing really straight up shortstop right behind the bag and kind of kissed the turf.
He sure did.
Turf right there.
All right, so it will be Avilan who will face Jeff Francoeur. Francoeur does have a hit tonight. He's 1 for 3. That ball gets away for Pierzynski. Utley going up to second base, and he'll get there. I don't know if Chase thought that was a foul ball or not.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Well, it's kind of hard to read a ball when it ricochets off a catcher and it comes towards you. It's hard to read right there. You see it goes off his shin pad right there, and he has a good secondary lead. Pauses, then he recognizes it and motors for second. You know, and on a quick note on Chase Utley, 4 at-bats today, 4 very good at-bats.
Yeah, including the 2 walks, and then he ran the deep count there before the base hit. All right, let's see what Francoeur can do to get him over to third or get him in. He is the cleanup batter. Utley leads off second. Francoeur hits it off the end of the. I don't know if Jeff was swinging for the right side. I think he was just swinging from his heels. In the dirt, Pierzynski keeps that one close by, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser. Budweiser is still brewed the hard way. This Bud's for you. To the left side, Johnson knocks it down, and everybody will be safe. They have scored that in E5. Third error of the night for the Braves.
Nice play right there by keeping the ball in front of him. Just kind of tossed it out of his glove and see if we can take advantage of this error. First and second, not out.
I thought they had 4 errors coming into this game. They have 3 tonight. Ryan Howard is hitless in his career against Avilan. Runners lead off first and second. And a liner out toward right field, but it's right at Markakis, who dives down. Utley will tag. Because Markakis left his feet, Utley was able to get back and go to third. So first and third with 1 out, and Cody Ashley's coming up.
Well, this is a tough read. I mean, Ryan Howard just crushes the ball to right field. Realized a little frustration, but take away that you've had some pretty good at-bats today. And he really has.
Yeah, he has. He smiled as he was walking off, but that was a smile of frustration.
But tremendous job by Chase. Line drive, you're taught to go back to the bag. If it drops, you can still get to third base.
Ashe punts in the air. Oh, man. He had to be doing that on his own, right?
Yes.
He was trying to drag it up the first base line, or between the first baseman and the second baseman, got it in the air.
Well, it almost got the point right there. Everything was fine, but all of a sudden that hard jab right there. No, now is a play that I like? No, because I believe he's a good enough hitter to have first and third with 1 out by driving the run in.
I would agree with you on that.
You know, but sometimes that's where a younger player tries to do too much and try to make things happen instead of letting it happen.
Avilan is done. Back to the bullpen for the Braves. The Phils with 2 outs, runners on first and third. Phillies take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. All fans will receive that cap right there. Compliments of Tampa. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. Well, a new pitcher for the Atlanta Braves after a baffling at bat by Cody Ashe, where he was retired on a bunt pop-up. Jim Johnson will come in to face Carlos Ruiz. Carlos flied out to right his last time up with the bases loaded. Singled in the 5th. A scoreless game. The Phils are trying to push a run across the plate and then to turn the ball over to Ken Giles in the 9th. It's a foul ball. Kelly Johnson just fielded that foul ball. He's in as part of a double switch. So he'll bat 9th for the Braves. The former Brave, who is now back with Atlanta, former second baseman for Atlanta. 0-1 to Carlos. Inside.
It'd be nice to see about a 60-foot curveball, 58-foot curveball right here. Score a run.
Whatever it takes.
Stay strong, baby.
Johnson, who used to close for the Orioles, he was a good closer.
He's got a very good arm, very good sinker. It's very good numbers versus right-handers because you can throw that 95, 96 mile an hour sinker right under their hands. Very hard for a right-hander to hit. But he has a tendency to bounce his curveball for the strikeout.
Runners lead off first and third. And Carlos is down on strikes and the side is retired. Phillies had a golden opportunity to take the first lead of the game, but could not push the run across the plate, so we'll head to the 9th inning. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Major League Baseball players, go to MLB.com franchise 4 to cast your ballots. Winners will be revealed during the All-Star game July 14th on Fox. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and this is normally a place where you would bring your closer into the ball game. And we do not know whether there is something wrong with Jonathan Papelbon or not. But it's Ken Giles who was warming up with the Phillies threatening to score in the bottom of the 8th inning. So that was obviously our first indication that Pap was not available, at least at this point. He last appeared in a game on the 21st against the Marlins. So now Ken Giles will pitch the top of the 9th inning. And he'll face Cameron Maybin, who is 0 for 2. Boy, what a night for Aaron Harang. 8 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Giles delivers outside and low, 1 ball, no strikes. Upstairs, 2-0. Way inside, ball 4. And Maben draws a walk, so base runner for the Braves. Matt, would you believe that that is the first leadoff base runner of the night for the Atlanta Braves?
I would believe it because Aaron Harang was locked in.
Yeah, he faced 2 batters over the minimum through 8 innings. He only allowed the 2 hits. They were back-to-back hits in the 5th inning. Kelly Johnson. See what Freddie Gonzalez decides to do here. You would expect that they'll have Johnson try to get Maben into scoring position. Kelly Johnson with a couple home runs, hitting 192.
It'd be interesting to see if they want him to bunt here. Just throw 4 balls out of the strike zone. Kelly Johnson, a pretty good fastball hitter.
Three straight throws over the first.
Jason Grilli warming up in the bullpen.
He didn't show bunt. That's 5 straight out of the strike zone.
No strikes now. That's no strikes now yet.
There's a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Kenny's been trying to find his command for most of this first month of the year. Even with all the issues putting base runners on and running some deep counts, he still has not allowed a run. Maben goes. Pitch is hit foul, so a hit and run by the Braves, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a good call for 2 balls 1 strike, do a hit and run. It's a gutsy call because he's been up in the zone with a lot of pitches.
And we're just assuming it was a hit and run.
Yeah.
2-1. To the right side. This could be 2. Utley to second for 1. Galvis over to first. Dug out by Ryan Howard. Boy, really good play by Galvis to get over the top of Maben. And then Ryan Howard digging it out of the dirt to make sure of the double play.
Nice job coming back, throwing a couple strikes in a row. Great feed by Chase. Freddie Galvis getting rid of it quick, and very nice pick by Ryan Howard. From this angle, it's always hard to tell if Ryan's catching that barehanded or with his glove. But Freddie Galvis does a nice job of getting out of their way. And I mean, it really is, because he puts that other big claw over top of that glove. Very nice play.
Eric Young Jr. 0 for 3. And the ball gets away from Ruiz. It's 1 ball, no strikes. That's why I would have a hard time being a manager. I would have bunted there. And I know he was wild, but I still would have bunted. Maybe take a pitch or 2, but then.
Well, I mean, if Kelly Johnson knows how to bunt.
Yeah, I guess that's the assumption.
I know it sounds funny saying if he knows how to bunt.
I think you have to think that in this day and age. I don't think it's, you know.
It's something you don't work on a lot anymore. A lot of ways you can look at it different. Okay, now if you bunt, you're giving up an out. You're taking a guy out of your 2 home runs this year. He's got some pop in the bat.
Yeah.
Kelly Johnson. I think it's a great call. It was a double play.
Yeah. Certainly worked out in the Phil's favor. 2 balls, 1 strike pitch over to Ryan Howard. Nice easy hop. And the inning is over. So the Phils will have a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th inning. 9 hits between the 2 teams. Galvis will try to start things off when we return. The final at bat for the home team, and nobody has scored a run. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposing team 1, 2, 3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. By the way, Kelly Johnson, no sacrifice bunts since 2012. Freddie Galvis will start it off. He has 2 hits tonight, 2 of the 7 for the Phils. Foul ball, and it's 0-1. He tries to bunt and misses. 0-2. Off the hands. Phils did get the leadoff batter aboard in the 8th inning. Didn't score. Leadoff batter aboard in the 7th inning and didn't score. They had the bases loaded in the 6th. That didn't score, and had the leadoff batter aboard in the 5th and didn't score.
They definitely have some chances tonight.
Oh yeah.
To come through that big hit.
Brady Sizemore in the hole. Cesar Hernandez in the on-deck circle. And that one is a broken bat single in the center field. So once again, they get the leadoff batter aboard. Galvis with a 3-hit night. Coming up, Marlon Anderson. Hopefully, we'll talk about a Phillies victory in the series opener against the Braves. Only on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies Post-Game Live. Hernandez squares, bunts it toward first. Beautiful bunt. The picture-perfect way to lay down a sacrifice bunt. Now the winning run is in scoring position. 3 sacks tonight for the Phils. And Ben Revere is the hitter. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Braves, so this is Jim Johnson's game. Every time I say that, I want to say Jim Jackson. Revere 0 for 4, reached on an error back in the 3rd inning. Galvis leads off second. And Revere takes a strike. It's 0-1. Same concept that you talked about before, Matt, with Freddie Galvis as far as the secondary lead goes.
Right. With 1 out, you have to be careful because you don't want to get off too far. Line drive, you might get doubled up, but you still want to have your momentum going towards third base.
Little bloop foul, and it's 0-2. Interestingly, and usually the left fielder will shade over toward the left field line for Ben Revere. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody that far over where Eric Young is.
Yeah, he's way over, that's for sure. And usually that's a situation where you play your guys where you're going to pitch them. You're going to throw fastballs away. The first pitch to Ben was a fastball inside. Another
2 way inside. Galvis is going to try for third. The throw to third on 1 hop. He is safe. That's some aggressive base running right there.
And that's the reason why it's so important to have a good aggressive lead at second base. The momentum, he has a little hop at the very end. And if you watch, he runs, he has the hop, he's light on his feet, he has a very good jump towards third base. And that's the reason why he gets there very easily.
Good pick by Kelly Johnson to keep it from going into the outfield. They've moved Eric Young in a little bit and over another step. The infield is in. The 1-2 pitch coming to Revere. Way inside, and Brzezinski blocks that one. By the way, they've scored that a pass ball that allowed Galvis to go to third. Not a wild pitch. So pass ball, not a wild pitch.
So when we score this run, that's an unearned run.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Phillies have left 10 runners so far tonight. Here we are, bottom of the 9th inning, 1 out, runner over at third. 2-2 to Ben Revere. And the pitch. Ground ball right side. Here comes Galvis. It's footed by Freddie Freeman. The Phils win the game. The best defensive team in the National League has committed 4 errors on the night. And the Phillies walk off with a 1-0 victory here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Contact is so important. Contact with the bat, going on contact, which is what Galvis was doing. And the Phils are able to pick up a win in the opener of this 3-game series. 1-0.
This is unbelievable. I'll give Freddie Galvis great secondary lead, getting to third base. Ben Revere puts the ball on play. Galvis has a tremendous jump. Freddie Freeman has to hurry his play. That's unbelievable. I mean, just very good aggressive. And yes, Murph has a very good, important guest down on the field.
I do indeed, but he wants to turn around so he can check out the dugout just in case. I can't say I blame him. Freddie, let's talk about the base running first. Aggressive lead, your secondary lead off second. You're able to get to third. That's something you're thinking about in that situation. How important was that?
I was going to use for a ball on the ground. Try to read it. I get good read in that one. Just try to go, man. That's the way we have to do it. We have to go and think everything is good.
You know, it's a battle in this one. The offense comes late in this game. You guys had your opportunities. It's got to feel pretty good to put one run on the board in the bottom of the ninth and just get out of here with the win.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, you blocked it. That was good.
Yeah, like you said, we have the opportunity. Sometimes we can control. We have to pick it up each other and try to go play defense, and then just go for the next one. I think was a good game. Hard and throw, a good game. Everything is fine.
Yeah, talk about Aaron Harang, how good he was today.
He was pretty good. He was doing the pitches wherever he wanted, you know, the sinker and the cutter, and that's the thing he's been doing. He's good.
Yeah, we know he's good on defense, but did you see him block the whip create? That was pretty impressive. Thanks, Freddie, for your time. Go enjoy it with your teammates. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, we appreciate that. He's our Chevrolet player of the game, 3 for 4. He scores the game-winning run, picks up 3 hits on a night where offense was hard to come by. Freddie Galvis helps the Phils to a 1-0 victory. Here is our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Oh, you just saw it a couple of seconds ago. Ben Revere hits a ground ball. Freddie Freeman comes up. Can't make the play, and Freddie Galvis scores. Very happy, and that's why that is the W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Incredible. The Braves came in with 4 errors on the season. 4 errors. That was tops in Major League Baseball.
They go home with 8.
Then they go home with 8. They committed 4 errors tonight, and the Phils pull out the victory in the bottom of the 9th inning. Well, it's never always pretty, but at least it's a win for the Phils. Our W.B. Mason delivery of the game and a 1-0 victory. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.